U.S. hospitals brace for an unprecedented winter of viruses. So what can you do to actually prevent getting sick this winter and not just resort to what the media is saying that you should get done?
You're watching the Dr. Jake podcast.
I'm Dr. Jake. I'm a naturopathic medical doctor and integrated physician in the state of Utah. On my channel, I share with you how you can heal your body naturally and get your energy back without any harmful drugs or surgery. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this one. So let's begin. Winter is upon us, and there's going to be all kinds of viruses and bacteria that we're going to be exposed to. If you listen to the media or other medical professionals are going to say, hey, you need to mask up, you need to stay indoors, and that's what you need to do all winter long. But there's so many other things that you can actually do. So on this podcast and YouTube channel, we're going to share with you what you can do to actually keep your immune system strong and robust so you don't get sick. So yeah, the things I'm going to talk about are things you should probably be doing all the time, but this is especially important when you have an increased risk of getting bugs because we are in the winter season, which everyone gets more sick during this time. So what we want to do is we want to first off, make sure that we are decreasing the sugar intake. I know that's not fun to hear. Usually during the winter time, we love to pound the sugar. We love the treats. We're sitting inside more. We have more temptations to see all these great things to eat. But we really need to decrease our sugar because this bogs down our immune system and it's not able to fight off infections as well, causes this chronic inflammatory state, messes with our whole entire immune system. It's not able to fight these infections. Also, the sugar is going to feed the viruses or bacteria or whatever that you're getting exposed to and let them grow more readily. I know many of you, it's like, oh, I'm sick. I'm going to eat really tons of sugary stuff. I'm going to go pound the Gatorade. I'm going to drink some Coke. Or whatever, you're going to drink more sugar or eat more sugar because you don't feel well. That's actually just going to make your illness even worse. So let's try to decrease how much sugar that we eat and try to eat more fruits and vegetables, nuts, seeds, decrease your grain intake and eat good quality meats. These are general lifestyle type of things, but if you follow these things, you're going to have a much more robust immune system and you're going to be able to fight off the infection. You also want to make sure you're moving your body, getting good exercise and blood flow throughout your body, get the lymphatics flowing. The more you move your muscles, the more lymphatics are flowing, and that's where all our immune system are hanging out in. So we want the lymphatics flowing throughout our entire body. So whenever we do get exposed to a virus or bacteria, our immune system's ready to go. And it's like, boom, I'm going to take this out instead of letting it fester, and then it's really hard to take care of later. So those are some of the basic things. I mean, you could eat a lot of garlic, eat a lot of turmeric, eat ginger, a lot of onions. These are all things that are going to help boost your immune system that you can get just from regular food. You should identify what foods you are allergic to. It's very common that you're getting a lot of illnesses because you're eating certain foods that you're sensitive to: gluten, dairy, corn, soy, chocolate, whatever, any type of food that you're reacting to. So that's a very good point that you bring up. It's like the dairy and gluten are very common allergens that people have, and that's going to bog down your immune system and you're going to get sick more often. I'm going to talk about some big basic things that you guys have probably talked about. I'm going to throw around some dosages here, but this is really the thing that you need to do to help keep your immune system strong. It's all about getting the immunological nutrients in our body. First, I want to start out with the most important one is you want to make sure your vitamin D stays up in a good range. I usually recommend a minimum 5,000 IU per day, especially during the winter. Now that could possibly be a little high for a few people, but usually that puts you in a good range and might be still a little bit low for a lot of people. My recommendation is to really know that you find the right dose for you is that you go on for like 5,000 or IU or so, do that for like 4 weeks, go to a doctor, get your vitamin D tested. And it's not, if it's at 60 or so, you're doing awesome. And if it's at like 45, I would up the dose just a little bit. So you really know what's the right dose for you because it does change based on each person. Everyone absorbs the nutrients differently. Everyone absorbs the sun a little bit differently too, and how much vitamin D they get. You just want to make sure your vitamin D is up in a good range. And I like it around the 50 to 70 mark is really great. I want to talk about zinc. This is a very important one. This one is really going to help decrease how much illnesses you get because it's going to help decrease virus replication. It also is going to give your immune system what it needs to be able to fight off the infection. Now, you do want to be safe and not take really high doses all the time without getting copper in. So let's say you're taking 30 milligrams a day. You want to get a copper supplement with it. There are supplements out there that you could get a zinc copper blend, and then you're not going to have to worry at all about the copper in there. But if you're taking 30 milligrams or higher, you could start depleting yourself of necessary copper fuels. But zinc is a very important thing that I usually recommend people start around November and around March time or so to keep your immune system strong. I love vitamin C. Vitamin C is a very strong, cheap medicine, and it's great on going after viruses. It's also good at boosting your immune system, giving your immune system the guns that it needs to be able to fight off the infection. What's really interesting is we're the only mammals, us and hamsters, are the only ones that don't make vitamin C when we do get sick. So that just tells us how important vitamin C really is, because all other mammals produce vitamin C in the response and when they get an illness, but we just don't for some reason. Who knows why? Maybe we're smart enough to take our vitamin C. I don't know. But vitamin C is so important to help prevent you from getting sick. And also, if you do get sick, you want to be taking a ton of vitamin C. But since we're talking about prevention here, I would take about 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams daily, and that needs to be separated doses. Let's say you're taking 1,000 milligrams a day. You want to take 500 milligrams like in the morning, 500 milligrams at night. If you're doing 2,000, 1,000 in the morning, 1 at night, and 1,000 milligrams at night, that's going to be enough. Don't just take it once per day. You're not going to get enough of the vitamin C circulating through your body. Vitamin C gets eliminated really quick from our body. Now, I like vitamin A. Now, you probably don't want to take a ton of vitamin A. That's not very good for you. I usually do pound the vitamin A and give a high doses of vitamin A when people do get sick. But as a preventative, it's really good too. Taking about 5 to 10,000 IU, usually get that in a good multivitamin. That's going to keep your immune system strong in response to getting sick. And if you do get sick, come to a doctor that knows what they're talking about so you can get the right doses of taking it, because it's very safe if done appropriately. But if you take too much vitamin A, it can potentially cause a problem. Another thing I really like, and this is kind of losing popularity, I think, is just echinacea. Echinacea isn't the greatest thing I take and when you do get sick, but it is a great preventative. It keeps your immune system hyperstimulated so you're able to fight off infections. So that's a great thing. Now, my favorite thing about all of these that I really love to really keep your immune system strong is I love mushrooms. There's specific mushrooms that I do love is reishi mushroom, chaga mushroom, turkey tail mushroom. These are awesome immune boosting mushrooms. Now, all mushrooms, especially the medicinal ones, majority of ones that I prescribe are going to be high in beta glucans, which are going to boost your immune system and keep your immune system always on constant surveillance. So I have a drink called Terra Brew, which is one of my favorite drinks that has these mushrooms in it that are going to boost your energy, focus, concentration, but also is going to boost your immune system. So you drink it every morning. You're going to get all that good energy that you want, that warmth that you want in the morning, but then you're going to get that great immune boost all day long. So those are some of the supplements that I like to help prevent getting sick. You're definitely right. So you don't take it all the time. You do cycle it. Usually if you're just taking a month on, a couple weeks off, a month on, if you just do it during the winter time, you're pretty good. But yeah, to have the best immunological effect, you're doing it for like 3 or 4 weeks, and then you give yourself a washout period of 2 or 3 weeks, and then you do it again because your immune system kind of gets used to it, so to speak, because that's what we've seen in the research. So yeah, rotating is good. That's a good point. If you're taking high doses as a preventative, you definitely want to make sure that you get copper in. And usually I recommend like a zinc copper combo. It's usually the best way to do that as a preventative. Now, if you do high doses, I don't want you to get too much copper in your body either. So you just do straight up zinc. And if let's say you're only doing that for 7 days or so, you don't need to be worrying about the copper store whatsoever. It's when you're doing it for long periods of time. So if you're going to 50 milligrams to 100 milligrams, when you're actively sick and you're doing that for 7 to 14 days, you don't need to worry too much about the copper issue. It's just when you do it for months. If you want to learn more about how to prevent getting sick or how to prevent getting other illnesses, click my videos to the right. I'm Dr. Jake, and I'll see you there.